Hello! Okay, so it's really unreal for me to be making this vlog because the news hasn't, I mean, it's not that the news, but just the realization of it hasn't really set in yet for myself. But if you watched my main vlog, you know that I am pregnant. So I've actually been hiding it for a while. That's why I've been looking really haggard and I've been looking really tired and just plain exhausted. That's why, because I've been having a really difficult time and it's been really hard for me. I'm actually filming this vlog at 12 weeks. So I'm in the 13th week, or according to the ultrasound that I had, I'm in the 13th week now. According to myself, I wouldn't be 12 weeks until tomorrow. That's based off of the first day of my last period sort of thing. So I'm filming this video. This is going to be like an 8-week pregnancy update. I didn't film an 8-week pregnancy update because I'm a pessimist and I mean, I knew I was pregnant and that sort of thing, but I wasn't sure like that it was there, that it was really there, and I didn't have a miscarriage and everything was fine. And because of that, I'm just very pessimistic and I didn't want to get my hopes up and say, yes, there's a baby there and everything's going well. So I just ignored it until today, and I got my ultrasound, a 12-week ultrasound, and everything looks good from what they can see. So hopefully it stays that way, and it was just really exciting for me and for Alvin, and it's just so unreal. So that's why I'm filming this now. So this is an 8-week update, even though I'm not 8 weeks, I'm 12 weeks. But I remember how I felt at 8 weeks. I'm gonna tell you. Okay, so 8 weeks along, that would have been, I don't know, so 8 weeks along, let me just think about when that was that we actually moved to Norway. Hang on, let me think about this for a second. The 8-week mark, according to my calendar, which I'm looking at here, would have been about 4 weeks after we moved to Norway that I was 8 weeks. So at that point, that was definitely the height, not the height, but it was just a really, I would say 8, 9, 10 weeks was really difficult for me. I'm still having a difficult time now, actually, but I basically have just felt like I've had the flu. I haven't had the flu, but that's how I felt. I've had the chills to the extreme, like just chills and just general unwell feeling and nausea. The nausea was nothing like when I was pregnant with Emmeline. When I was pregnant with Emmeline, the nausea was insane. It was the most intense feeling for like 2 straight months of just nausea. I couldn't smell any food. I couldn't be in the big house where there was food around. I could not go to the city, nothing. That was extreme. This time I've definitely had nausea, but it's been more like a burning nausea. Almost like heartburn and nausea at the same time. But it's like a nausea that you just feel sick. Like it just makes you feel worse. I don't know, not like I'm gonna throw up kind of nausea. It's different. I don't know. If anyone knows what I'm talking about, that's the kind of nausea I've had. With Emmeline, it was like I'm gonna throw up. But I never threw up. I just felt like that all the time. Constant. I've been really tired. And I've just genuinely felt unwell, and I've been having a very difficult time. With Emmeline, I also had a very difficult time. I think I'm gonna do like a different, I think I'm gonna do a different vlog that talks about the differences. Or maybe I could do that now. I guess I can just tell. So, I'll also, with this pregnancy, or with Emmeline, when I was pregnant with Emmeline, I basically just felt extremely nauseous. I didn't have, and I also had a metal taste in my mouth. It literally tasted like I was eating or sucking on an iron candy or something. So that was with Emmeline. Those were my 2 biggest symptoms. Extreme nausea. Extreme nausea to the extreme. It was just insane. And also the metal thing in my mouth. It was just really weird. And that's how I felt. I couldn't eat anything with her. I just cried all the time because I couldn't eat anything. And also with Emmeline, I started to lose lots of color from my face and my skin broke out a lot when I was pregnant with her. So far, at least like in the beginning, that's just how it was. With Emmeline, I definitely looked worse for wear. It was not a pregnancy that made me look beautiful. I will tell you that. I was not a glowing pregnant woman. I had very pale skin, incredibly dark circles under my eyes. I felt, my skin broke out and I felt that I looked horrible. I literally just felt like dull, and just anything was sucked, the life was just sucked out of me when I was pregnant with Emmeline. This time, and that was throughout the whole pregnancy, this time I don't really feel that way. I mean, I feel pretty good, but I've had extreme cravings. With Emmeline, I had some cravings, but nothing like I've had now. They're cravings that are so intense that you get angry, you get annoyed. Not, I want to say angry, but you get really annoyed because you're like, why do I want this food so much? It's ridiculous, or I don't have it, whatever. And it's just such an intense craving, and that craving is the only thing that can stop the nausea. So for me, I've been craving hot and spicy foods, which is no different from when I was pregnant with Emmeline. When I was pregnant with Emmeline, I craved wicked hot and spicy foods. I really did. And just, I had to have vindaloo curry. It was like super hot. Like it was crazy. It's the same now, but the cravings are just so intense, and hot chocolate or chocolate milk is seeming to be helping me with the nausea as well. So those are two things that I've been drinking, and also like carb heavy foods. So I just haven't felt the best. Again, it's a different feeling. I've just felt unwell. Whereas with Emmeline, I had the iron taste and I was very nauseous. Now I've just literally felt unwell. I've had the chills, and I've been extremely tired. Tired to the extreme. I mean, I could not even get 11 o'clock and I had to go to bed. Even though I couldn't go to bed, I wanted to go to bed, and I still want to now. It's been very hard for me to vlog. That's why the vlogs have been really short, and it's been incredibly difficult for me. I've been so tired, I don't know what to do. I've been crying because I've been so tired and I feel so bad, and it's just been very, very challenging for me. If I have to say which do I prefer, I don't prefer either beginning of my pregnancies. The first 3 months are very challenging for me. I know there are some women who they just kind of breeze through it. I'm not one of those women. I have a lot of difficulty. I get pretty extreme symptoms, I would say. So if you know wants to know why the vlogging has been different or not as up to par, that would be why. And that's probably why I look exhausted. Like, I don't even put on makeup anymore. I don't care. I do not do my hair. I do not care at all. I don't care because I've just felt like such crap, to be honest with you. So I haven't done anything. And you can see that reflected in the vlogs. And I think that's a big answer to everyone as to why have they changed so much? What's been going on? Why are they so different? So there you go. I think I still feel bad. At this point with Emmeline, I did not feel bad. By 11, 12 weeks, I was feeling great. I didn't have any issues. Things were pretty much back to normal. At this point, that is not the case. For me, my morning sickness and my tiredness and the chills, that kind of thing. Well, the tiredness and the chills kind of lasts all day, or it fluctuates in and out. The morning sickness for me is hit in the afternoon or the nighttime. So I've been fine in the morning, but once I get to like 10:30, 11 o'clock, forget it. It's awful. It's been a huge challenge for me to hide it from my family because I'm trying to save it for a Christmas gift for everyone. It's a very big deal for me to save that, or just not tell them. There are 4, 5 people that know. They know for a reason because I need their help, I need their assistance with something, and then there's 2 people who know just because we wanted to tell them. It's no family really though. So at this point, only a few people know. So that's that. I mean, it's just, that would be my 8-week update. I guess it's kind of like no, this is going to be the 8-week one. This is the 8-week one. Been feeling awful. When I do the 12, I'll do a 12-week one as well after this. And then I'll tell you how things have changed, but definitely 8, 9, 10 weeks. It's been a huge struggle for me. It's been very hard. It's been extremely challenging because I've been with Emmeline and having to fake it and pretend that everything's perfectly fine and everything's okay and that I'm great. It's been really hard. I've been very upset about it, crying when Emmeline goes to bed, or just being in a bad mood because of how bad I feel. It's just putting me in a bad mood because I feel so bad. And the whole time, it's been really difficult for me. In terms of my body, what's changed? Nothing's really changed. I mean, I have incredible pelvic girdle pain already. I had it at the end of kind of towards the end of Emmeline, but I have an old injury in my back somewhere, and that is giving me extreme problems. Pelvic girdle pain is also something that I have really early on, so that's kind of strange to me because I didn't get that until 3rd trimester with Emmeline. But that's how I felt at 8 weeks, just awful. Awful. No baby showing at all. I've been bloated for sure. I definitely feel like heavier and bigger, and I feel I haven't been exercising because I can't right now, and I haven't been exercising. I have been eating well, but I've been eating more. So I've definitely gained some weight. But I think that always happens whenever I move. I gain weight anyway, so it doesn't matter. So I've gained weight, and on top of that, I am really bloated and retaining lots of water. So I feel massive, and I'm really disappointed because at this point I was so sure to myself. I was like, when I get pregnant again, I'm not going to gain a ton of weight, because I didn't gain that much weight with Emmeline. I gained like 17 pounds all up until my 3rd trimester. But then the last month or two, they were worried that something was wrong. So they told me that I couldn't, because Emmeline was so small. So they're like, you can't work out, and you have to eat more food, because we need to see if we can get this baby to be bigger, and we need this baby growing. Is this baby growing in size or a problem? This and that. So I basically sat on the couch and ate a ton of food, and I gained tons of weight in just the very end. And it made me really disappointed, very depressed, because that's not me. I'm a very active person. And I hated being that much bigger. You know, it took me like 6 months before I started to lose the weight. I lost a ton of weight, everything was fine, started working out again. But with the move and just feeling awful and just the water retention, I'm bigger than I wanted to be at this point. So that's kind of disappointing for me. That was my 8-week update. I'll try and do, not weekly updates, but I'll do I might do weekly updates. I don't know. I will do updates. I don't know, whenever. I'll do updates, just randomly throughout. I'm also going to do an early pregnancy thing as well. Like how I knew I was pregnant and the early signs and symptoms that I had. So much for watching. I hope you guys enjoy these updates that I'm going to do, and I hope you enjoy following along with my pregnancy. Really exciting. Thank you so much. Bye.